And welcome from the cab of the Cybertruck. I am on the Florida Turnpike right now, headed towards Miami, and I'm headed to the Tesla Owners Club of South Florida is hosting an event at Tesla Delray Tesla store, and that does not change the fact that there's some breaking news, and I'm here to share that news with you today. And it's very strange because this one is unlike any price change I've seen before, because Tesla's doing some very interesting things with pricing, and this is all related to the recently released refresh Tesla Model 3 Performance, which we now have all the specs on, which is fantastic. And no surprise, it is extremely popular. At least it would seem so, according to what this change is all about. But we also see some other things happening on delivery timelines for Model 3. It might just be easier to just show you what I'm talking about. Curb rash got you down? Not to worry, because Magbag has you covered. If you drive a Tesla Model 3 or Model Y and you have nice upgraded wheels and you like to keep your Tesla looking fresh, you need to check out Rim Case by Magbag. With this simple to install accessory, you can permanently protect your Tesla from curb rash. Even better, if you already have curb rash, you can hide it with Rim Case. The way it works is simple. By installing these nearly invisible wheel covers, you're adding a sacrificial barrier to protect your wheels from curb rash. If you end up rubbing your wheels against a curb, the Rim Case will keep the wheel underneath protected while allowing you to quickly and easily replace scratched pieces with new ones, ensuring that your car is always looking fresh. So whether you're worried about damaging your wheels, already have damaged wheels, or if you share your Tesla with somebody who's a little less careful in driving, Magbag has you covered with Rim Case. Plus, when you use code BTG, you'll save 15% on your order. Thanks to Magbag for sponsoring today's video. Now, over here on the order page, there are some distinct updates that I want to talk about, because this is where things get real funky. $53,990 is the new price, so $1,000. And the delivery time frame says June of 2024. So now it's saying the end of this quarter, which is good news, I guess, but this has been moved out in just a matter of a couple of days. So this has happened very fast, meaning obviously this is being well received by the market. But it gets even stranger from here. If you look, white interior is now $1,000 for the Performance Model 3. That was just $1,500 yesterday. In addition, our paint colors. So we have $1,000 for white, which is the same, $1,000 for blue, which is the same, $2,000 for red, which is the same, but now black is $1,000. So it went down $500, and you only have $1,000 to play with, which a lot of people complained about having $2,000 because you could only get a paint color or white interior, not both, and that is still the case here. However, they've lowered the price of the black exterior paint to $1,000 so that you can get that and the tax credit. And they lowered the price of the white interior by $500 to ensure that also qualified for the tax credit. What's strange about all that is if you go up here to any other trim, long range all-wheel drive as an example, black is now $1,500. And white interior is also $1,500. So if you get the Performance, you actually get $500 off of paint or $500 off white. Actually, technically both. You can get $500 off both paint and white interior, and it's all a matter of whatever you want to do. But the Performance Model 3 is the only one that qualifies for the tax credit, and you only have $1,000 to work with to still qualify. So you still can only get an exterior paint color or white interior. Those are your only options for the Performance Model 3. Now, another thing I want to point out here, if we go with just the base stealth gray with black interior, you can see we're talking April to May, so it's already the end of April. So basically almost no lead time to get this car. So it's available, you're going to have it in a couple of days. However, if you change this to white interior, you're now talking end of this quarter, possibly even after the end of this quarter for white interior. So obviously they are prioritizing Performance Model 3 white interior deliveries than any other trim of the Model 3. The same is the case for the long range all-wheel drive, which we'll pull that up now just to take a look at that. Same thing, June through July, but if we don't have white interior, then this goes back to May to, this case, May to June. So in a couple of days here at the end of this quarter, May or June, you can get the long range all-wheel drive. But we knew this was an issue because nobody had taken delivery or got a VIN for a white interior refresh Model 3 until just recently. And now if we look at that compared to the Model Y, of course the Model Y is not refreshed like the Model 3 is, but that price gap continues to be an issue in my opinion. So we have the Model Y refresh coming sometime next year, but for now it's not refreshed, but it all qualifies for tax credit, meaning after that point of sale tax credit on the Model Y, the rear wheel drive is $3,500 cheaper, the long range all-wheel drive is $7,250 cheaper, and now the Performance Model Y is $2,500 cheaper. At this point, it is starting to become a pretty significant upcharge to go to the Model 3 over the Model Y in the performance variant. So interesting things happening for sure on price. So this is definitely a first from Tesla when we look at specific discounts as they relate to qualifying for a tax credit. So hopefully this is the first of more to come in the future where Tesla, it can be more flexible on specific pricing of options to allow you to maintain eligibility for tax credits. And I think that is certainly going to be the focus at Tesla for the rear wheel drive and the long range all wheel drive, because once the refresh Model Y gets here, it's going to be a tough sell to pay more money for the Model 3 at the same options than the Model Y. And I argue even without the refresh, the Model Y is the better purchase. But that is just my opinion. Let me know in the comments, am I crazy for saying that? What do you think about this price change? Obviously demand is through the roof, which is no surprise. It's under 3 seconds, 0 to 60, and it's $54,000 now. Like, you can't even touch that. After tax credit of $46,500, like, come on, you can't even come close to that, anywhere near that price point. This no doubt has to be one of the best deals in a performance car ever. So with that, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoy your weekend, and thanks for tuning in for some breaking news here in the cab of the Cybertruck. I'll catch you guys next time.